Hey everyone, welcome back. In the last video, we talked about what JavaScript is and where it's used. In this video, we'll set up your system properly, understand why these tools matter, write your first JavaScript code and run it in two different ways. We'll run it with the help of Node.js and also with the help on your browser. If you're brand new to this, don't worry, we'll go step by step. By the end of this video, you'll have a real JavaScript setup on your computer, your first JavaScript program actually running, a clear understanding of browser versus Node.js JavaScript. JavaScript is special. It's the only language that runs natively in every web browser. But we still install extra tools. Why, you ask? Because learning properly and building real projects is much easier when JavaScript can also run outside the browser. Coming to the tools we need to run JavaScript on your computer is Node.js and Visual Studio Code. To install Node.js, we'll open our browser and we'll go to this address, nodejs.org. When you go to nodejs.org, this website will automatically detect your OS and it will show the version for your OS. If in case Windows or it doesn't show your OS, then you just click the drop down button and then select whatever OS you're using and then download it for your OS. Originally, JavaScript only ran inside the browsers to make web pages interactive. Node.js is what lets JavaScript run directly on your computer, like Python or Java. After installing, so you need to install Node.js with the default settings. So once you click on Windows installer or your OS, Mac OS installer, you will see an exe file starts to download here. After finishing, when you click on the exe file, you will install it. You will see an installer opens. So install Node.js with the default settings. And after installing, open your terminal and I already typed here. So when you open the terminal and you need to search for Node.js. So you can check if Node.js is installed or not. So how you can check is you need to type node space dash dash version. When you type this and click on enter, you'll see something like this. You'll see the version. If you don't see this or if you see something like node is not a recognized command, then your installation is not successful. You might want to reinstall it again. Why Node.js matters for learning JavaScript? So you can practice logic, variables, loops, and functions without HTML or CSS. Without Node.js, if you want to run JavaScript on your browser, you need HTML. You cannot write JavaScript in a file and directly run it on your browser. You need to link that file to your HTML file, which I'll explain later in this video. And then you need to run your HTML file in your browser. With the help of that, you can you can run your JavaScript. Anyway, so coming back to Node.js, you will later build servers, tools, and real applications. For that, browser console is not going to help, and large pieces of code are very difficult to manage on the console. Next, we'll install Visual Studio Code. To install Visual Studio Code, we need to open the browser again, and we need to go to this address, code.visualstudio.com. You'll see this way. You'll see this. So it will show you different versions of VS Code for different OS. So whichever OS you are using, download it for that particular OS. And when you click on this, you'll see a .exe file starts to download. Once after you once after the download finishes, you just need to click on the exe file, and then it will open the installer. For the beginners, you don't need to make any changes while installing. You just have to click next, next, next. For the Windows users, I'm just going to say that you just need to pay a little attention on your add to path or open with code options. Other than that, there is nothing complicated during the installation of VS Code. If you ask why we need VS Code, then VS Code has so many features which will make our life easy. So inside VS Code, there will be colors, like colors which will highlight your mistakes. So don't don't think like you don't understand this. You're not supposed to yet. So I'll explain this after. But just to show how VS Code helps us. So if I remove a tag, an angle, a bracket here, So this will immediately highlight this in red color. This won't let us run the file, and also this is highlighting that there is some error here, and this is HTML. If you want to see in JavaScript, so this is our JavaScript. So if you don't close your console log, it will directly show that see, it is highlighting here with a red underline. There is some error here, and also it is highlighting this bracket in red color. So this is one of the feature. Also, it auto completes your code. So let's say if I want to write a tag here. So let's say if I want to write a link tag here. So it has so many autocomplete features where I can just select, and it will complete the syntax for me. Also, VS Code has a built-in terminal. This is a terminal. Yeah. So this is a terminal. This is inbuilt. So you can execute your JavaScript here instead of running it on your browser. And there are many extensions which will make which will make your life very easy while writing and managing JavaScript code. And next, once you installed your VS Code, once the installation is done, you need to open your VS Code. When you open your VS Code, you'll see something like this, welcome screen, and your left panel with nothing. You'll see a left panel, this is called a sidebar, and yeah, this is pretty much what you'll see. So once you're here, you need to open the folder. So let's say to open the folder, you click on File and then Open Folder. So it will take me so anywhere you want, you can go wherever you want to set up your workspace. So you go there. For me, it is desktop. Go to let's go to desktop and create a new folder, and let's name it JS. Okay, JS course. So once you created the folder, you select it and you open the folder. Once you are in the folder, see, so this is your welcome screen and this is your folder. This is where you can see all your files inside the folder, and this is a left panel. So we need to create two files. One is index.html. In this, as the name suggests, you write your HTML code. Uh, we don't actually need this going forward, because we are going to write our code in a JS file and we are going to execute our code in our terminal. But to show you how you can run JS on your browser, I just I created this file. Okay, let's also create another file called script.js. So these are two files we'll be needing. So in the JS file, let's write our first JavaScript code. So as this is our first time, we'll just run one code. We'll just write one line, which is console.log hello world. Again, there are extensions which will help you, which will make your life easy while writing JavaScript. But for now, we are not going to talk about extensions. We'll discuss that in the next lecture. So you might notice that so when I do a mistake, when there is something, uh, when there is an error in my code, uh, you see this one. It is telling me that okay, you need to check this. That is also an extension which helps to highlight the errors, and we'll talk about that too in the next lecture. For now, we are writing only one line of code, which is console.log hello world. Console.log prints your code. So let's say, like, if you want to see something, you console log it. So your let's say you want to see the result of 2 plus 2. You want to see the result of 2 plus 2. If you want to see the output, you need to console log it. It is like a print statement in Python. So we'll open our terminal. In the terminal, whenever we are executing our JS, it is with the help of Node.js. So to do that, to run your JS file with the help of Node.js, go to the terminal, type node dot your file name, node space your file name, script JS. Once you run, you can see the output. So 2 plus 2 results in 4. So, and you can console log some other thing as before. Hello world. You run your file again, and you see hello world printed on your terminal. This is how you run your file with the help of Node.js on your terminal. To open the terminal, there is a shortcut. That too, we will discuss in our next video. You don't have to worry about it. Now, we'll see how we can execute or run our JavaScript on our browser. So for that, we need a HTML. So if you're writing the code while watching this video, uh, so just type an exclamation mark and then print, then press enter. This will give you a basic boilerplate of an HTML file. You don't need to worry about this. You don't need to understand this right now. So you just need to know that these are called tags. So the only important tag for us right now is the body tag. You don't care about anything else for now. As we go on, we'll discuss in the next classes. Inside the body tag, write a script tag. This is how we'll link JavaScript to HTML. Either it may be inside the file or it may be an external file like script.js. So to write it inside the file, we just need to write this JavaScript. We can write JavaScript inside this tag directly. So let's say console.log hello world. So yes, so this is our JavaScript code inside an HTML file. To run this, we need to open it via browser. So I'll go to open the live server, and again, if you don't see this option, don't worry, because we'll talk about this in the next lecture. Right now, just see how you can run JavaScript on your browser. So when you open with live server, so you'll see this. Other than this document here, other than the name document, which is our title here, you don't see anything else because we did not write any HTML. Anything you see on a browser is HTML. Anything you see on a browser is written using HTML. Right now, we don't have any. So this is the body. Right now, we don't have anything else in our body. So we don't see anything here. To see our JavaScript, we need to right click on your window or tab, go to inspect, and this is our dev tools. You can see our HTML code here. So we don't have anything inside our body instead of just other than our console log. Anyway, let's go to console. This is where we see our output. This is where we run JavaScript on the browser. So this is the output. Hello world open there. And how you can directly write code is you can directly write 2 plus 2 here and it will show 4. So this is just an highlight. Until and unless I press enter, it will not be printed to the console. So why we don't use console, why we use VS Code is for simple evaluations like 2 plus 2 or printing one line. Console doesn't create any problems. But just imagine that we are writing 200 lines of code or 300 lines of code or even more. Then it will be very difficult to check for errors or to modify it in the console. That's why we use Node.js and our terminal. This is one way where we can write the code inside the script tags. Instead of that, let's say I don't want to write my code inside the script tag. Like if I write again very long code, it will be very hard to manage both HTML code and JavaScript code. So what we'll do is we'll link this file. We'll link this file to our HTML here. So I'll just comment it again about the comments. If you don't know this, we are going to discuss this in the next class or future classes. For now, just see how I'm linking our JavaScript file to our HTML file. Inside the script opening tag, we have an attribute called source. So this is a closing tag and this is an opening tag. Inside the opening tag, you need to write an attribute called source, and inside the source we need to give script.js. Once we save it and you go and do the same again, inspect it, and when you go to the console, you'll see hello world, which is this one printed to the console. So you can use JavaScript with the help of script tags. You can write it inside the HTML file directly. And to maintain a clean code, instead of writing all HTML, JavaScript, and CSS code in one file, you can write it in an external file and then link the file to your HTML file. That's it. Now your system is set up properly. You understand where JavaScript runs, and you have executed real code both ways. In the next video, we'll start actual programming. Variables, values, and how JavaScript thinks. If this helped, like the video and comment. Setup done. I'll see you in the next one.